Okay, it says we're live. You caught me. I was just finishing some die cutting. I'm not ready. Anyway, hi everybody. I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink, coming to you live from Seekonk, Massachusetts. It is Friday night, January 9th, and this is the first week that I have been back from vacation. And it seems like I was on vacation a year ago. I don't know why this week seemed like it was so long, but I'm exhausted. I don't know about anybody else. I am so tired tonight. Okay, I'm going to make it through this. I'm going to show you how to make this fun card. So welcome to my Friday night stamp and sip. Hopefully everybody has had, well, we all survived the week, whatever kind of week you had. Okay, so we are going to make tonight this card. This I have heard people call a fan front card, but I am not really sure that that is what this is called, because this looks more like a bow to me, kind of like a bow than a fan. So I am not really sure what officially this card is called, but I'm going to show you how to make it, and you can call it whatever you like. Hi, Courtney. Thanks for joining me tonight. All right. So, hi, Julie. Yeah, we survived the week. I know you heard. I heard you had a very hard one as well. Okay, so we are going to turn the camera down. Here we go. All right. The light is still crazy in this room. So what I've decided to do is start with the light not so bright on my desk, because that seems to make my face dark. I don't know. I need new lights in this room. That's all it comes down to. All right, so now we'll turn the light on down here and turn this light on over here, and hopefully everybody can see now what we're making. All right, so this card was made with hues of blue. Hang on. True Blue Florals. I was not even close. The True Blue Florals paper, which was the product of the month for December. Hi, Lorraine. So that's the one that I used on the sample card. This was Balmy Blue card base. And then I used one sheet of that paper so you can see both sides. And then I used a little bit of vellum with a spotlight on nature die. And then I just punched out a circle here for my focal point. And where did this come from? Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember. Sorry. All right. So anyway, this is the card that we're going to make. It opens like a normal card, but it just has a really fancy front. All right, so tonight we're going to make the card with the bugs, the bug paper. Okay, let's put this one aside and let me tell you what you need. I'm going to need a second stamping block. Okay, you're going to need a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score that at 4 1/4, just like normal. Petals of Beauty dies, maybe. It's possible. Then you're going to need a mat that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that's going to fit on the card front with just a little bit of a border around all edges. You're going to start with a 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper, and you are going to see both sides of this paper. Okay. And then you'll need a mat for inside, which I have lost. Oh, yay. I had it just a minute ago. Well, it's all right. Oh, we can cut another one. But you'll need a mat for inside that's 5 by 4 1/4. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do is cut our designer series paper. So we will take this. You're going to want your pattern to go portrait. So in order to get that to happen and make make this pattern work. You're going to turn it so that the top of your pattern is to the left. And then you're going to cut this down to 5 1/4. Okay, so we're going to just cut a little strip off the bottom. Hang on to that strip. You can use it on another card or we can use it inside. All right, so then we'll turn this back so that our pattern is going the correct way. And we're going to cut a piece that is 2.5 inches wide. And then we're going to cut this remaining piece at 1 3/4 inches. Ooh, let's line that up a little better. So then you'll be left with another piece that's 1 3/4 inches. So these should be the same size. Okay, so you'll have 3 pieces, and that's all it takes to create the front of this card. All right, so we will bring in our mat, and then you're just going to decide which pattern you want to show in the middle. And then that's also going to be the inside of this fan that's going to open up. So I think I want to see all the mushrooms. So I think I'm going to make it this way. And then when we fold this back, we'll see the mushrooms. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we're just going to kind of eyeball. I know that's hard for some people, but I want to center this piece, and you're going to have just a tiny little border at the top and the bottom. And you want to just eyeball that this is right in the middle and that this section looks similar to this section. Okay. You can measure it. And if you'd like me to measure it for you, I will. And I can put that in the directions. For the directions, oh, I can't get my glue to work. For the directions, you want to be on my email list. So you'll go to my blog and sign up, or my website and sign up for my email. So you're going to go to thismustbeink.com. You'll sign up for my email, and then on Wednesday, you will receive all the directions for this card. Okay, so we're going to line this up, as I said, with a little bit of a border at the top and the bottom, and as close as you can to the middle. Okay, your other 2 pieces are going to go on either side here. Turn that over. Okay, and what you're going to do is leave this same little border on either edge of this piece and then over here. So you're going to want to center that so the borders look even. And we're not going to glue this full piece down. You're only going to put glue on the right side of this piece. Okay, so we're going to flip it over. We'll just put a little bit of glue down the right side. And then we're going to adhere it. Okay. We're going to do the same exact thing with this. I will put the glue on this side of this flap. I forgot to tell you what I was drinking tonight, or ask you guys what you were drinking tonight. I wasn't going to drink at all, and then I thought, well, I'm stamping and sipping. I should drink something. So I opened my Hornitos Margaritas on the Rocks. It's already mixed. It's not bad. And I figured that'll either keep me awake or put me to sleep, one or the other. All right, so now you've got your 2 flaps on, and they only have glue on the outer sides here, so they're not glued down in the middle. Okay. All right. Now to make these little folds, let me get I want my little bone folder. So what I do is I put my bone folder, hopefully you can see, right where this base piece is, right at the edge there. I'm going to hold this flap down with my bone folder right there. And then I'm going to bend this back and make it touch the outer edge of that piece. Hold it there and then just smooth it down. Okay, then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to hang on, get my finger under there. Hold this side down. Here's the edge of the paper. Hold this panel down with my bone folder and fold back. And you're going to go again to the edge of, I can't stretch it, to the edge of that paper. And then fold. Okay, so you're going to panic because you can just see what I've done here. See how this fold is really big and this one is little? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't panic. Just do the other side. So we're going to put our bone folder right here at the edge. Fold back. I don't know why sometimes it comes out one way and the other time it comes out the other way. I don't know. Okay, we're going to fold that down. And then again, and again, I can't get my finger under there. There we go. Hold this one down, fold back. Okay, I always seem to come out with two short ones and then two long ones. I don't know why. It doesn't matter because you're putting something in the middle, this focal point here in the middle. So it doesn't matter. I have another shape from the Spotlight on Nature. It's upside down. And once you put that on there, this looks completely even. So don't ask me. I don't know. It's not an exact science. All right. So that's what you're going to do. Now, what I have done, because I like these kind of flapping up, but I don't want them to get caught on anything. So I'm going to do some dimensionals under there. I'm going to put one dimensional on either corner. And then just stick that down. And then I'm going to do the other ones. There we go. Okay, so now I think it looks more like a bow. I don't know. All right, so now I've got my little flaps open. Now I just have to create my focal point. So tonight I wanted to use the little bugs. I have not used the little ants yet. So let's use the ants. I used the caterpillar a few times, but I hadn't done the ants yet. So we're going to stamp these. I don't think I even realized the little one at the end is it's like a baby ant and he's all excited. Those are pretty cute. Okay, we're going to color those a bit, and then I'm going to do hello friend, because doesn't he look like he's going hello? All right, and I don't know what color to do here. I think I'm going to keep it neutral and do some mossy meadow. Find my mossy meadow for a sentiment. Okay, now where do we want the ants to go? Maybe toward the top. We'll do this sentiment toward the bottom. All right, and let's color our ants. Maybe we'll make these red ants. Okay, I have to grab my markers. So let's see. I have some Poppy Parade. Maybe some red and black ants. Okay, we're going to just make it up as we go along. So we're going to do some Poppy Parade. Have you lived any place where there have been red ants? You know that you do not want to mess with them. It's one of those mess around and find out situations. They bite. And it is very unpleasant. It's very, very itchy. I have had my dogs get into an ant hill. Ugh. And then trying to save my dogs from the ants, then you get bitten. It's terrible. Okay. So my little ants. I'm going to make them red with a black stripe. They kind of look like bees, but red bees. That's right. Okay. And then, I don't know what colored flag they should have. Maybe a green flag to match the paper. This is some light mossy meadow. And then we need a color for their little horn. We will go with some light pumpkin pie. All right. You forgot this part of the horn. There we go. Okay. So now I was just going to die cut those real quick. Let's see. Put this stuff out of the way. We've got a little die that coordinates with this. So we can cut out our little ants. I'm going to just hold that down with a little bit of repositionable tape. And then I wanted to do some little toadstools. I'm not really sure if this is all going to fit on the front, but we're going to try. All right, maybe. I've got some crushed curry. I don't know. I don't know how my colors are just all over the place tonight, but we're going to make it work. And some Cajun crepes. So let me cut a little piece so it'll all fit in there at one time. This is what happens when Michelle gets tired. Oh, that just fit. That was a terrible cut there. There we go. All right, we're going to hold that down. And then we'll hold down this one. I just realized there were some stamps of, oh no, that's not stamps, that's die. There are no stamps of, where's my stamps at? I don't think there are any stamps of toadstools, are there? No. Oh yes, there are little ones. Ah, did not realize. Okay, let's die cut these. Just real quick. Try not to pull all the cords down and try to cut these all at the same time. There we go. I like when I have 3 different dies and they can all go through at one time. And it's just one pass through the machine. And you have everybody completed. Oh, for some reason I thought these were going to come out all as one piece. Look at all my little pieces I have to play with. Okay. So first I'm going to stick this on here with some dimensionals. And then we will decorate it. I know. I should have gotten the Cajun Craze. I do have a Cajun Craze Stampin' Up, Stamp and Blend. But I'm winging it tonight. All right, so we're going to do these little toadstools. I said I would show you the card, not that it was going to completely match. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here's the little toadstools. Those are really adorable, and I think that calls for a little piece of twine, don't you? I definitely do. Okay, and then some little ants. Oh, these guys could just be all over the place. They don't have to be all. I thought they were going to be all in one line, but they don't have to be. So cute. Okay, let's get some glue going on here. You can tell I haven't played with this really a lot. Okay. Maybe one of the ants should be over here in front of the toadstools. We'll put him on a dimensional. That's a very large dimensional for that little ant. Maybe he needs a smaller piece. Or a mini dimensional, but I don't know where they are. All right, he's going to be blowing his little horn over here. And this little guy is going to be showing the flag over here. And this little guy is so excited. I think he might be my favorite. Oh my goodness. Okay. He's going to go right there. That's adorable. Okay, I do think it needs some twine and maybe some bling. So the bling that coordinates with this set is called Ladybug Garden. But I already have ants on here, so I definitely do not need any more bugs. We'll put some of the clear ones on here. Just to give it a little bit of sparkle. They almost look like little water drops. Very cute. Just gives it a little bit of sparkle. You probably could color those with a color as well. All right, let me find my twine. think I have some old olive twine. That is Mossy Meadow's cousin. Okay. Just adorable. Ah, so cute. All right, we need a little glue dot. Oh my goodness, here we go. I love these little paper pumpkin glue dots that are left over from kits. They're just perfect. Make them a little smaller. Ta-da! Okay. So yes, I still don't have the inside of my card, but we're going to just put this on the card base. And we'll call it a night. But I have a couple others to show you that I made. So you can see this design with a few other designer series papers. But I like it with the bugs. That came out cute. Yeah, I should have used maybe a Poppy Parade mat here. Anyway, okay. I'm not really sure why they're using Poppy Parade and Cajun Craze in this paper, but that's what they did. Okay, so where's the one that we originally made? Here we go. This is the one with the true blue florals, and then this is the bugs. All right, so of course I had to start making Valentines. So I've got this one with the new Valentine paper, which is called Love Notes. And that's a 6x6 paper. So that works perfectly for this card. So this is the one that's got the purple on the back and then these hearts. And then this is one of the little, let me show you. Oh, one of the little pieces that you can cut from the designer series paper. And that just fit perfectly on the front. I think I just trimmed it down a little bit, make it a little less wide there. So that is my Valentine. And then I wanted to show you the disaster, the one that I made. Okay, so this one I attempted to make with the Easter paper. And although it came out okay, I don't know if you can see when you fold this paper, if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys have purchased this paper or if you have it, it's different. So this paper has a different feel to it and it's very thick. So this side is real shiny. The other side is kind of matte finish, but it has like a coating on it. So this is the matte side. The front, this coating is actually metallic. So this has got like a metallic backing to this coating on this paper. So if you're going to use this paper on cards and you're going to fold it, you're going to want to fold it so that the matte side is folded in, because otherwise you're going to get a cracking. And that's what happened on this. You can see that it kind of cracked. And so the front of the paper or the color of the paper kind of cracked. So if you're going to use it on a card that you're folding, fold it the other way so that the matte side is on the inside. Okay. It's going to be a good paper to cut. And it's also going to be a good paper, I think, to do 3-dimensional projects with, although I haven't tried one yet. But I think as long as you fold it the correct way, you'll be fine. So that was my little Easter one. Super cute. I think I'll have to do Easter with a little bit different paper. but it's a cute design for Easter. And this came from the sweet jar. This is my sweet jar punch, and I just punched out the paper with the little eggs. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, let me switch this down. I've decided that if I start without the lights, see how dark it is? But if I start without the lights, it's, okay. See how dark it is? But watch what happens to my computer. If for some reason it goes back to normal, I don't know why my computer does this. Anybody knows? Please let me know. It's like it's too light in here and my computer puts the sunglasses on. I don't know. All right, so that's it for me tonight. Oh, you guys have a good weekend. Have a restful weekend. That's what I'm trying to do. I have a few things to do tomorrow morning. If you guys have bought the Advent calendar with me, you know that we're starting our 12 weeks of Advent calendar crafting tomorrow morning. If you bought the Advent calendar from somebody else, you can still join us for $35. You can join our Facebook group and you can do 12 weeks of crafting with us. We'd love to have you join us. All right. Anyways, everybody have a good restful weekend, and I will see you next week back Friday the 15th, right? 16th. Can't add either. All right. I'm having that kind of night. You guys take care and stay crafty, my friends, and I will see you next week.